Hello all my happy viewers! So guys, this past week has been so big for Marvel fans. With both the release of Black Widow and the season finale of Loki, Marvel Studios has been giving us a lot of big hits as of recently. Just really quick, here are all my ratings of the Marvel stuff that we've been getting as of recently from Marvel Studios. WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, and Black Widow. And with the trailers for both Eternals and Shang-Chi, it seems like there's nothing stopping them. But then I got to thinking about something. With Marvel being fantastic in the movie business and being somewhat okay as of recently in the animation business, there does seem to be one form of media that Marvel is lacking in, and that would be video games. Don't get me wrong, the PS4 Spider-Man and the Spider-Man Miles Morales games are huge successes. But what else is there? Now, I've played Marvel's Avengers, the one made by Square Enix, but while the campaign is really decent, it's also very short and very repetitive. After you finish the campaign and the DLC campaigns, it's just a grind to get skins is what it is. Not to mention the player base is very lacking. I can hardly find anybody to play multiplayer with on it as is. And while the trailer for Square Enix's version of the Guardians of the Galaxy looks decent, I'm not exactly saying that I'm exactly hyped for it. But there is one thing that I feel like could really help Marvel's video game industry. And I got to thinking, what would a Marvel Based MMORPG be like? DC has a good MMORPG, and while it captures my attention every now and then, I wouldn't exactly say that I'm on the grind for it. Don't get me wrong, the game has a lot of cool features such as a very expansive character customization that I've never seen in any other sort of game ever. However, the Marvel Universe is just begging for an MMO-styled video game. And while we did have the Marvel Heroes game at one point, I'm talking about a game that lets you customize your own character and set it in the Marvel Universe. Marvel Heroes was just like, here, pick a character from our roster and play as them. If I'm playing an MMO-styled game with friends, I want to be able to make my own character. There are so many ways to get powers for your character in the Marvel Universe. Do you want to be a mutant? Do you want to be an Inhuman? Do you want to be part of a super soldier program kind of like Captain America? Is your character very smart and can they make a suit kind of like Tony Stark? Or can they be a spider totem and actually have the powers of Spider-Man? Do you want to make them a superpowered S.H.I.E.L.D. agent? Do you want to expose them to gamma radiation and make them like a Hulk? One little problem that one of my friends brought up when I was talking to him about this was power balancing. And while I understand where the concern is coming from, I think there might be some easy fixes for this. Say for instance, if you're a spider totem, obviously you're going to have your spider sense. But what if when you start off your spider sense can technically only go so far? It's a video game, so there needs to be some limits. But as you level up, your spider sense can actually increase its radius. Or if you have a tech suit like Iron Man, War Machine, or Ironheart, the more you level up, the more weapons and tech you can actually have on your suit. If you're a gamma-powered Hulk-based character, then the more your character can lift. There might be other fixes to this, but that's just off the top of my head. And there are so many different quote-unquote factions that you can play with. If you're a mutant, you could go to Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. If you're an Inhuman, you can work with Black Bolt. If you're a Spider Totem, then obviously your mentor is going to be Peter Parker. If you're a super soldier, Steve Rogers or Nick Fury. Super smart with technology, you're going to learn from the best of Tony Stark. And that's just the hero side. Want to see what it's like to play for a villain? Hydra, AIM, Magneto's Brotherhood of Mutants. There are so many ways that you can go about this for both good and evil. Not to mention, there are so many places that you can actually have this game set in. Obviously New York, but there's also places like Wakanda or Attilan if you're an Inhuman. Hell, you could go to Stark Industries or the Baxter Building. Frickin' Asgard! Maybe the central hub could either be the Avengers Tower or a helicarrier. If you're a villain, you could go to Doom's Castle. The Marvel Universe is just ripe with content for an MMO-styled video game. And if we were to get that, I guarantee I'd be playing that pretty much every hour of my life for the rest of my life. What do we have to do to make this happen? I have seen a lot of people bring this up in conversations when talking about Marvel video games, and honestly, I am 100% on board with this actually being a thing. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know down below if you would actually love an MMO-styled Marvel game. Not to mention, what would you want to call it? Marvel Universe Online seems very simple, but I mean, it gets the point across if you ask me. And if you were to create a character that we set in the Marvel Universe, what would their powers be, and what would you call them? If it were me personally, I'd probably try to be a spider totem. And if you follow my DeviantArt, you know why. So guys, that's gonna go ahead and be it for today. I know this is also another very short video, but I'm just having these little conversation videos for a while until I come up with some more heavier content. Comedy skits, shows, whatever it may be. Don't forget to follow our other pages on DeviantArt, Twitch, TikTok, and Facebook. And please hit that like button, drop a comment, or share this video. We're trying to get our reach back. With that said, see you all later, my happy viewers.